Welcome to another edition of the Future of Coaching. Now, there are so many things that are coming into play today in the coaching industry, especially in the workplace, such as tools, software tools, coaching applications, tracking your coaching, and all of those are awesome. And I think about coaching, and I think about the parallel with sports. And I've coached volleyball for now on and off for 30 plus years. And I think about football. Think about football for a second. If you go up to somebody and you think about football and you say, do you know how to throw a football? Most people would say yes. If you go up to somebody and say, if I toss you the ball, do you know how to catch it as a wide receiver? The answer is yes. Coaching prompts the quarterback and the receiver to literally do things differently. They're running routes. They have to trust each other. So if somebody is running a route that is a long pass versus a short pass versus something over the middle of the field, all of those require timing. They require the quarterback knowing what to do. The same thing happens with coaching. Does a leader, without telling someone what to do, know how to coach somebody who's lacking self-awareness? Does the quarterback know how to coach somebody to run the route if they don't know how? Does a quarterback in the workplace know how to coach somebody who's resistant to feedback versus just telling them, you got to get over it. My feedback is really valuable stuff. You got to accept it. Coaching, the future of coaching is here right now. We're living it. The workplace coach is here today. And as theatrical as that comes off, think about it. 5 years ago, we weren't even really training leaders on how to coach. Now, especially with the pandemic, the popularity of coaching has exploded. So what do? We buy tools. We hire outside agencies to come in and coach our leaders. Yet, that relationship between boss and employee in your company is sacred. That relationship from peer to peer is sacred. That relationship from individual contributor to upper level management is sacred. If we can have conversations with psychological safety that are thoughtful and well received, our quarterback and receivers will run routes together a lot more fluently. Let me give you another example. We teach something to individual contributors to have conversations upward. Now, most of the time, people think coaching upward is about having an opinion or judging your boss. That's not what coaching upward is. Coaching upward is about giving visibility and protection in a thoughtful conversational mode to someone's boss above them. Here's how you do that. When you sit down with somebody, you say, boss, I would love your permission to share with you some insights that I'm seeing on the front lines, and I would love to share with you what I'm experiencing without opinion, and I don't want to assume what you know or you don't know, and that's why I would love your permission to share that visibility. That's a fairly safe way to start that conversation. Now, not everybody is skilled in doing that. Most people will go in when it builds up and say, boss, I'm really frustrated. I don't think you know what's going on. How is someone supposed to receive that? So let me share with you a very quick story. I had a leader who had an employee do this. And the employee, for the most part, did a pretty good job of approaching him, according to the manager. And I asked the manager, I said, so what happened? He said, oh, I corrected her. She was wrong in the way she saw things. And I just cringed. He said, what's wrong? And I said, so she came in and shared with you what she saw. And you, according to you, told her she was wrong. He said, yeah. I said, she will never, ever come back through that door again. Ever. It's over. And he looked at me and goes, how do you know that? I said, because she's going to go tell 12 other people what happened. I guarantee it's already happened. She came in here. Was she confident? Well, no, she seemed a little nervous. And you could see as I was asking him questions, reality overwhelmed him. He turned red. And I said, she told you what she saw. What you said is you're blind. You're not looking at the right thing. You dismissed her. May not be your intent. About a week later, we had another conversation and he said, I've got to tell you something. I got wind of this. That 5-minute conversation turned into wildfire and started to spread throughout the team. I said, right. And he said, what would you recommend I do? I said, just listen. And I know the guy real well. And I said, can I just say it bluntly? He said, of course you can. I said, shut up. Just let them have their voice. You can always come back and say, Joanne, I really love our conversation. I would love an opportunity for us to kind of close the gap of our misunderstanding. Yet in that moment, you told her, no. You're blind. You don't see things. And I said, that traveled, I guarantee, to 12 other people. According to you, your whole team heard about it. Did you tell them? He said, no. I said, look, I don't mean to sound judgmental. A listening chat is invite people to come in and share their visibility, their perspectives. You will breed trust and integrity and teamwork. Yet if you're always going to but them, you're basically closing the door behind them and saying, don't ever come back here again. So the future of coaching is having conversations that are thoughtful and professional in a safe way without prejudice and judgment.